Something unexpected happened behind the scenes at Tesla. New Tesla Semi specifications surfaced for the 2026 upgrade cycle, and even Elon Musk admitted the changes were more aggressive than originally planned. We are not talking about a small refresh. We are talking about performance numbers that directly threaten diesel trucks that were supposed to dominate freight for another decade, longer range, lower operating cost, faster charging, and a payload efficiency that makes competitors look outdated overnight. And here is the part that shocked the industry. These upgrades are not about headlines. They are about crushing total cost of ownership, where trucking companies actually win or lose money. Before we break down the new specs, the real-world math, and why 2026 could be the tipping point for electric freight. Quickly subscribe to the channel if you want Tesla explained without hype, without rumors, and without missing details that actually affect business and money. That way, you do not miss what is coming next. Now, let us get into why the Tesla Semi upgrades are making competitors nervous.
What actually changed in the Tesla Semi, and why it caught Elon off guard?
To understand why the industry reacted so strongly, we need to look at what actually changed. The original Tesla Semi was already disruptive, but the 2026 upgrade takes it into a completely different category. According to internal discussions and public comments, Elon Musk acknowledged that Tesla engineering teams pushed the Semi further than initial targets, especially in efficiency and long-haul viability. Here is the most important shift. The Tesla Semi is no longer positioned as a regional delivery truck. It is being engineered as a true diesel replacement. The updated specifications focus on three areas that matter most to fleet operators. First, range under full load. Tesla is targeting real-world highway range that remains stable even at maximum payload. That is critical because many electric trucks lose efficiency the moment they are fully loaded. Second, charging speed under commercial conditions. The new Semi architecture is designed to recover hundreds of miles of range during mandatory driver rest periods. That means charging no longer disrupts logistics schedules. Third, drivetrain durability. The 2026 upgrades prioritize components rated for continuous high-mileage operation, not passenger vehicle duty cycles. This includes motors, power electronics, and thermal systems designed for millions of miles, not hundreds of thousands. Here is why this surprised Elon Musk. Tesla internal teams optimized the Semi using real freight data from early customers, not simulations. As a result, efficiency gains exceeded what leadership originally expected. In simple terms, the truck became cheaper to operate than planned. And in commercial trucking, that changes everything because when operating costs drop below diesel at scale, adoption stops being optional. It becomes inevitable.
The new Tesla Semi performance numbers that put diesel trucks at risk.
Okay, this is where the Tesla Semi story stops being theoretical. The 2026 upgrades are not about marketing language. They are about numbers that fleet managers cannot ignore. Tesla Semi is now targeting real-world long-haul performance, not ideal lab conditions. Under full load, the upgraded Semi is expected to maintain highway efficiency that diesel trucks struggle to match even when empty. We are talking about consistent range delivery at cruising speeds, with predictable energy use mile after mile. That matters because unpredictability is what kills electric adoption in freight. According to public statements and early operational data, Tesla Semi energy consumption per mile continues to drop as software and drivetrain optimization improves. This means something important. Even as electricity prices fluctuate, the cost per mile remains stable. Diesel does not. Fuel surcharges, maintenance, variability. Engine wear, transmission failures, those costs compound over time. The upgraded Tesla Semi removes entire categories of expense. No engine oil. No multi-speed transmission. No exhaust system. No emissions. Hardware failures, and then there is torque. Electric drivetrains deliver full torque instantly. That means smoother acceleration under load, less drivetrain stress, and reduced wear on tires and suspension components. This is not about racing, this is about mechanical longevity. Fleet operators measure success in uptime, not horsepower. And here is the quiet detail that scares competitors. Tesla. Semi-performance does not degrade the way diesel trucks do over time. Software updates improve efficiency. Thermal management protects components electric motors do not wear. Like internal combustion engines. So while diesel trucks slowly become more expensive to operate every year, the Tesla Semi gets cheaper. That is the part the industry did not expect, and that is why the 2026 specs are being taken seriously.
Megacharging, turnaround time, and WHY2O6 logistics nitrogen monoxide longer favor diesel.
For years, diesel trucks survived on one advantage: speed, fast refueling, minimal downtime, predictable schedules. That advantage is now disappearing. The 2026 Tesla Semi upgrades focus heavily on charging infrastructure and turnaround efficiency. Not just battery size, Tesla is expanding its Megacharger network specifically for freight corridors, ports, and distribution hubs. These are not public chargers, they are commercial-grade energy systems designed around trucking schedules. During legally required driver rest periods, the upgraded Tesla Semi can recover enough range to complete the next long-haul segment without delay. This is a critical shift. Charging is no longer an interruption. It becomes part of the mandatory downtime that already exists. At the same time, electric drivetrains allow something diesel cannot: predictable energy recovery. There is no variability from fuel quality. No cold start penalties. No mechanical warm-up cycles. You plug in, energy flows, and the truck is ready on schedule. And here is where diesel quietly loses its last advantage: maintenance downtime. Diesel trucks require frequent service intervals, oil changes, filter replacements, emission system inspections. Each one removes the truck from service. The Tesla Semi does not have those interruptions. When fleets calculate total uptime instead of refueling speed alone, the math flips. Electric trucks spend more time earning money. That is the metric logistics companies care about. If this breakdown is helping you understand why Tesla Semi matters beyond headlines, tap the like button so I know this kind of real-world analysis is valuable to you. It helps the channel grow and lets me keep covering Tesla from a business and engineering perspective, not just hype. Now let us look at the number that truly shocks competitors: total cost of ownership.
Why the 2026 Tesla Semi crushes diesel
is where the conversation becomes uncomfortable for diesel manufacturers, because this is where opinions stop. Total cost of ownership decides everything. A traditional diesel Semi looks affordable at purchase, but over its lifetime, it quietly becomes a money drain. Fuel costs fluctuate constantly. Maintenance expenses rise every year. Downtime increases as the truck ages. Now compare that to the Tesla Semi. Electricity costs are predictable. Maintenance is dramatically lower, and downtime is reduced by design. Fleet data shows that fuel alone represents one of the largest operating expenses in long-haul trucking. Diesel prices swing with global markets. Electricity pricing does not behave the same way when fleets lock in energy contracts or generate on-site power. Cost per mile stabilizes. Then comes maintenance. Diesel trucks require frequent oil changes, transmission service, exhaust after treatment repairs, emissions, system failures, engine rebuilds over long lifespans. The Tesla Semi removes most of these entirely. There is no engine oil. There is no multi-speed transmission. There is no emissions hardware. Electric motors are sealed systems designed for extreme longevity. Braking systems last longer due to regenerative braking. Thermal systems are software controlled and optimized continuously. This results in a lower maintenance curve year after year, but the real shock is uptime. A truck that is parked is not earning money. Diesel trucks spend significant time in service bays over their lifetime. The Tesla Semi spends more time on the road. That difference compounds over hundreds of thousands of miles. Then millions. The Tesla Semi generates more revenue per vehicle. This is why 2026 is a tipping point. Once total cost of ownership drops below diesel at scale, adoption accelerates rapidly, not because fleets want to be electric, but because they cannot afford not to be.
Why legacy truck manufacturers are struggling to respond.
The Tesla Semi does not just compete with diesel trucks. It exposes a structural problem in the trucking industry. Legacy manufacturers are built around internal combustion engines, their factories, supply chains, and service networks all depend on complexity. Engines, transmissions, emission systems, after-treatment hardware. Every one of those systems generates revenue after the truck is sold. Service contracts, replacement parts, maintenance intervals. The Tesla Semi removes most of that, and that is why competitors are struggling to respond. To match Tesla Semi economics, a legacy manufacturer would need to do three things at once. First, redesign the entire drivetrain from scratch. Not adapt an engine platform. Not electrify an existing chassis, but build a clean sheet electric truck optimized for efficiency and durability. Second, rebuild their supply chain. Electric trucks require batteries, power electronics, and software expertise at scale. Most legacy manufacturers still rely on external suppliers for these components. Tesla builds them in dash house. Third, accept lower long-term service revenue. This is the hardest part. Electric trucks generate less post-sale profit through maintenance. That directly conflicts with how traditional truck manufacturers make money. This creates hesitation. Legacy companies release electric concepts. They announce pilot programs. They test limited fleets, but they avoid full-scale disruption of their own business models. Tesla does not have that conflict. Tesla does not rely on engine rebuilds or emissions repairs to stay profitable. Tesla benefits when vehicles require less service, not more. That difference in incentives matters. It explains why competitors talk about electrification, while Tesla executes it, and it explains why the 2026 Tesla Semi upgrades are forcing difficult conversations inside boardrooms across the trucking industry. Because matching Tesla is not just an engineering challenge. It is a business model problem.
What the 2026 Tesla Semi upgrades mean for fleets, drivers, and freight.
To the 2026 Tesla Semi upgrades are not just a technical milestone. They change how freight works at a human level for fleet operators. The impact is immediate. Lower operating costs mean tighter margins become survivable. Predictable energy costs make long-term planning possible again. Higher uptime means fewer trucks are needed to move the same amount of freight. That changes capital planning across the entire logistics industry for drivers. The change is just as significant. Electric drivetrains reduce noise and vibration. Acceleration is smoother under load. There is no engine heat soaking the cabin. During long climbs. Less fatigue. Less stress. More consistent driving conditions. Driver retention is one of the biggest problems in trucking today. The Tesla Semi quietly addresses that by improving daily working conditions. Then there is reliability. Electric systems have fewer failure points. Software diagnostics identify issues before breakdowns happen. Remote updates improve performance without pulling trucks off the road. That means fewer roadside failures, fewer emergency repairs, and fewer missed delivery windows. For the freight industry as a whole, the impact compounds. As more fleets adopt electric trucks, infrastructure follows. Megachargers appear where freight actually moves. Energy generation shifts closer to distribution centers. This creates a feedback loop. Electric trucks become easier to operate. Diesel becomes harder to justify. The 2026 Tesla Semi is not just competing with diesel trucks. It is changing the assumptions the entire industry was built on, and that is why these upgrades matter far beyond Tesla itself.
Final verdict.
So here is the reality. The 2026 Tesla Semi upgrades are not hype. They are not promises. They are the result of real-world freight data, real engineering decisions, and real cost pressure. This is not about winning press coverage. This is about winning economics. When total cost of ownership drops below diesel. When uptime increases instead of decreasing with age. When charging fits naturally into logistics schedules. The market shifts, not slowly. Decisively. That is why these changes surprise people, and that is why competitors are paying attention. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think electric trucks like the Tesla Semi will fully replace diesel in long-haul freight within the next 10 years? Or do you think diesel still survives longer than people expect? Comment electric or diesel below. I read the comments, and they directly shape what we break down next. And one last thing, if you want Tesla explained with real numbers, real-world logic, and no forced hype, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on. That way, you do not miss the next deep dive into Tesla technology that actually affects business, transportation, and money. I will see you in the next one.